Hello again, field faculty. Welcome back. You're on your way. You're almost there. Hang with me. One more training after this. Okay, let's talk about students. This is going to be something then that you're going to want to know as you look into your students, understand their profiles and the different things that come with knowing who's assigned to you. So let's jump in. Hopefully you've created these shortcuts. This for sure is going to be the easier way. So if you created a shortcut for students, that'll be the best. Otherwise, go up to administration. It's a little bit different than previous videos. You're going to go over to the students on that menu and click on students. So it's a little bit different. There's a lot more in administration, but we're going to click on students right now. This will bring up the kind of student hub. Now this is just an image of the students who are currently assigned to me, Mock Nate, Carmel, test student, and Lucy Van Pelt. So this will show and should show all the students who are assigned to you practicum-wise for this coming year. If that's not the case, let Carmel or me know so that we can make a change and reassign and get the correct assignments. So if you'll double check that when you do start this new year, go into students, and then make sure you see who you should be seeing. Okay, so once you're in this little view, you can go ahead and double click on your student to select them. That'll put you into the student profile. So this will give you a whole bunch of information about this particular student that you're assigned to. This is the general tab. So you'll see in this general tab a student name. You'll see the email, which is great to have kind of at your fingertips. It'll show you the student number, which is great. It'll also show you their graduation date, kind of what cohort they're in. Right above that graduation date is the cohort that they're assigned to. Then at the very bottom, their campus, and hopefully it should match. If not, get a hold of Carmel so we can make those changes. If you were to scroll down in this same screen, you would also see the following fields. You would see who they're assigned to. Now, again, that's important because if they're not assigned to the correct faculty, they're going to get lumped into a different bucket with somebody else. So just double check your students. Okay, let's go to the next tab. So if we were to go down one tab within the student profile, the contact tab, this just has pretty much the basic demographic information for that student, anywhere from a secondary email, phone number, address, emergency contact if we have that information. So just a lot of contact information. Let's go down one more tab to documents. So this actually is going to be a place where we're going to store the documents that we need to pertaining to that student. A lot of them hopefully will be more so with things such as this mid-semester site visit as you see here. So as you go out this next year, as you fill out those mid-semester site visit forms and return them to Amanda or myself, they need to come into us because as administrators, we're the only ones who can upload documents. Now, I know that's maybe disappointing to you. It just allows us for administrators to filter what exactly is being put in the system. So if you need to upload anything into a student profile that you feel is pertinent to them, please let us know, communicate, and then send it to us and we'll do the uploading. So if we do upload, for example, this mid-semester site visit, it is visible to you though. So you can click on the documents tab there. You can then select, double click on the document to then open it up and you can see kind of how it's listed. So you see there at the top, at the drop down, it's a mid-semester site visit. It will say the date of whether it was entered or when it took place. And then at the very bottom, this is where you can actually view the document by going to the binoculars icon and you can pull it up. So really neat. This is where we're going to store everything. It does have administrator view only. So as we upload, if there are documents where you say, Nate, hey, I only want administrators to have views at this. This might be such things as success plans, things like that. That would be important for us to know. Otherwise, the students then have access to particular documents. So make sure you let us know if there's some sensitive things, documents that you want us to upload, but administrator view only. Okay, we're going to go down one more tab. This is the Student Analytics tab. This actually is almost kind of a system within a system. So when you click on this, this is kind of a broader view of what's going on with the student at this time. So it has what's called the longitudinal dashboard, there we go, with everything that's gone on with this student. Anywhere from pre-admission, all that stuff. You can actually open up the profile by clicking back on this icon there. That'll take us back to the student profile. It'll show any extensions, leaves, gaps, breaks. So if we did begin to use this, I believe Kimball and Jin more actively use this. In the MSW program, we can begin to enter in information such as gap years, leaves of absence, things like that. So we can put the information here. We can see the advising team. Hopefully the faculty lines up correctly. If there were another advisor, we could put that in there. And then we're going to shift down. If we were to scroll down, we can see that incident reports begin to get put in this part of the system. I'm going to go in the next video to talk about incident reports. I just want to show you that there they are, and this is where they're stored. This type of incident report is an accolade. The incident reports kind of stack up. So if I were to open up this window, it would cascade another incident report that we could look into. And then finally, advising advance. Those are a little bit different. I don't know how much we'll use those, but these are events and could keep track of kind of consultation meetings with the student or meetings that maybe don't rise to the level of a success plan, yet it's something that you want to record. So that could be a helpful place to record that. Then there are remediations. So if a student was failing out of the program or was being removed from the program, we can also document when that happened, why it happened in this portion here. And then finally, student notes. So we can enter in particular notes about the student, pretty much about anything. The important thing though is you can type in the comment there. We just need to make sure that it's hidden from the student. That can be clicked and have it open and revealed to the student. So if we were to post a comment and send it, the student could send it. So just make sure you double check what you're writing there and make sure it's hidden from the student if it's something you don't want them to see. And then you can send that off. If you were to go down to the schedules tab within this student analytics tab, you could see the student schedule. In the previous video that I showed you about the students with time logs and things like that and clinical reports, that's actually probably the easiest way to access this type of information. However, again, there is multiple redundancies in eMedley to get to the same information. This shows you the clinical site, who the field instructor is. So it's kind of another way to see where they're at as far as field work schedules. And then finally, that last little tab on the left-hand side is documents. This again is similar to what we just saw in the student profile tab. So this is where we can also, the documents show up again in this portion. So there you go. You have access to it in two ways, and you can view the document as well there. Okay, let's exit out. In the top left is going to be kind of your best friend if you ever feel lost and get lost and wonder where to go. Top left is where you can usually get out of things. That'll take us back to the student profile. Finally, the last tab in a student profile, this is the one you'll probably use the most if you want to get down to the particular forms and things that the student has filled out. That is where it's going to go. The only thing you don't see here is time logs. So time logs and time sheets, you actually do have to go, as I talked about in the previous training, to that specific portion of eMedley. But you can get to the students' evaluations here or forms. So if you were to click on this link, you can see the forms that the students have been assigned and that they need to fill out. You can, there's a title of all the forms. You can double click to then view the forms and see what was entered. So it's kind of another nice way if you want to just kind of really hone in on a particular student and find out what's going on and what the evaluations are, what forms have been filled out. This might be a nice way to go student specific. Okay, let's go back out to the main menu. Upper left-hand side, as I said, is going to be kind of your best friend. All right, we're back to the home screen, dashboard, and students is complete. Look at that. That wasn't so bad today, huh? Okay, you did it. Look at that. Successfully completed the student training. Way to go. Hang in there. We'll see you in the next video. Take care.